Hey, Tom Beal here, and I'm coming to you from in front of the Alamo. Remember the Alamo? There it is, right here in San Antonio. Now, this is very important and memorable for me because I have a picture with one of my now best friends of all time, Mike Filsaime, of he and I right out inside the Alamo 9 years ago, almost to the day, but it's 9 years and 1 month ago. You see, 9 years and 1 month ago, Mike Filsaime and I both came to an event here in San Antonio, and that's where we met. Now, I'll share how we met story because it's very important. I was at this event, there were a few hundred people there. I got there early to plug my laptop in against the wall so that I could have juice to take notes while the presentation went on. Mike walked by with that look we've all seen at events, with that look of, I'm looking for a plug. So I looked over and I saw there were no outlets available, but I had looked also at my computer and saw that my battery was pretty full. So I looked up to him, I said, hey, by the way, this is before he's the Mike Filsaime that everyone knows in the internet marketing space. He's just another attendee, right? So I said, hey, you looking for a plug? He said, yeah, do you have one? I said, no, there's no open space, but my battery power is pretty heavy. It's up there, so sit here and we can share it. So he did, and we began conversing. We began a friendship. And then he's like, hey, have you been to the Alamo? I said, no, I'm going to take you to the Alamo. It's awesome. He gave me the best tour ever of the Alamo right here 9 years ago. Our friendship began. We went on the Riverwalk, all that fun stuff. And I guess the lesson from that is be observant. And here I was looking, and I saw that look on his face. Hey, I'm looking for a plug. I could just read his mind, right? I looked, there were no plugs available. I had the option of two things. I could have said, hey, he's not getting my plug, pretend I don't see him, and let him keep walking by, or do what I chose to do. Ask him, hey, you looking for a plug? And offer the fact that we could share it. So that's when our friendship began here 9 years ago. So I met Mike there. I met many other influential and great friends to this day at this event 9 years ago. But that wasn't an immediate turning point. But what happened at that event were seeds were planted, relationships had begun that flowered into over the year. So the rest of that year, 2005, we became friends and continued to stay in touch. But then in early 2006, Mike Filsaime and I partnered up and went on to produce tremendous results together. So the seeds were planted, multiple relationships began from attending a live event, being observant, and just being a helpful person to other people. And I guess the message for that is multifold. So in the internet marketing space, in whatever profession that you are in, what types of events and what types of gatherings occur that you could choose to go to. And here's the thing, back in 9 years ago, it was a very difficult proposition for me to fly out here, get a hotel room, and participate in that event and even come to it. Financially, I just didn't have money laying around, like, oh cool, yeah, I'll go do this. It was something I had to really make a conscious decision of whether or not I could truly afford it or not. But in retrospect, I couldn't afford to not go. Does that make sense? It would have stolen a life of just incredible dreams coming into reality over the last 9 years had I chosen to not come here and had I not chosen to get into the game, right? Picture yourself at a soccer game or a football game, and just being a spectator from the sidelines is way different than actually getting onto the field and participating. Similarly, when you choose to go to an event, you're talking with people that you've heard about face to face, and you're talking with people that you've never met before, and they may not be popular or a big name yet, but they're up and coming. And that's exactly what happened here, and that's why I'm in San Antonio now, 9 years later. I came to an event. The difference is over these past 9 years, now I come to events and I get on stage and speak, and I share information that helps people in the audience. And I speak as if I'm talking to myself of 9 years ago. What do I think would really help me, myself 9 years ago, get from where I was to where I was able to attain? So I get up there and share what I feel is the best information for the audience members that they can really speak to them, speak to their heart, put them into a trajectory that's totally different. Because I learned some stuff 9 years ago, and people spoke to me that really transformed myself and my results. So I just came from that event, and once again, seeds were planted, relationships began, and relationships were solidified, and great conversations occurred. So those seeds were planted, and just like if I were to go over here and plant some seeds in this grass, I can't expect to come the next day and have that seed turn into the flower. You have to cultivate that. You have to continue with these key relationships, putting water into it, giving it the proper sunlight, giving it the proper nutrients, which equals time, and which equals figuring out where they are, where you are, and how you might be able to do some great things together. So this is a very important spot for me. I've been at this event since Wednesday and have had an incredible amount of amazing introductions to great people, and I know that this has planted many seeds that are going to produce great results for myself and for you, because as you know, I share on a weekly basis at least, and a daily basis on my Facebook. If you aren't following me there, go to facebook.com/Tom Beal. I have too many friends, so you can't put a friend request in, but follow me there. And I continually share information that it's my hope and my desire that can positively impact you from getting from where you are to where you want to be. So share with me. Here I am sharing my story of 9 years ago, where I was, the relationships that began, the results that came from that, and the seeds that were planted. And today, 9 years later, once again, seeds were planted that are going to produce great results. Share with me stories below of a turning point in your life where you chose to do something that probably didn't make the most sense. You probably didn't have a ton of support from your friends and your family. Like, what are you, crazy? What are you doing this event for? Who needs that? That you went anyhow, a relationship began, and results came of it. So share below some of those decisions that are powerful and impactful in your life, and I look forward to reading your stories of transformation. So post your comments below if you have something similar like that. I look forward to talking with you soon. Until then, make today great.